Welcome back, Conan fans, exiles, and gamers. I am Hako, your host, and this is Hako TV. You can find me as ArtistPoet on PlayStation 4 if you want to go ahead and hang out, do some Let's Play. Um, so these are the servers that I've been farting around on. I don't know where Mystic Avalon came in from. It's weird. But anyway, we're going to start with the highest pings and go to the lowest pings. This is my 3775. This is a character that I've been playing for about a year now on this server, off and on. I delete the character, come back, rebuild it. It doesn't take much to rebuild your character, believe it or not. Leveling is actually pretty easy this game. I'll tell you what's not easy, though, is drinking ice cold coffee with a freaking open cavity. That's bullshit. So, decay timers have been extended for summertime in Conan Exiles, at least on the PlayStation 4's official servers. I don't know what's going on with Steam or Xbox, so because I don't play those formats. It's taking a while for it to load. Hey, while it's going to be loading, I'm going to do some stuff. We'll be back when the game loads. Okay, we are back. Alright, looks like everything is more or less just as I left it. We go ahead and we grab this. We're going to make ourselves some ichor. Throw the rest of actually, I should probably make a compost heap. I got enough rotten flesh going on, and on the occasion do go out and find myself the usual. So I am built in one of the Dagon's Eye temple areas. This is a double hatch system right here. I don't have many crafters. I just got like the alchemist, and I think I've got a blacksmith, which was a donation. This was a loner actually, and no tanners. I have to get some more bark. And then I got this one armorer here. Again, it was a donation from a buddy of mine who plays on this server with a couple of his friends as well. We haven't actually played together in, I would say a good 3 or 4 months. I'm just kind of like taking my time with this character. You can look at the players list. You can see that there's like pretty much not many people here. Hako the Artist Poet, as you can see, this is my character redo on this particular server. So anytime you're camping a spot and you just kind of want to hang out and you're just kind of seeing what's going on, always have a repair hammer with you. That's kind of standard actually. If you're playing on official servers or private servers, you want to be able to check out who's got what, who owns what, and what the decay timers are. For some reason, this fence always seems to take damage, but not by a lot. I've repaired it over and over and over. I just kind of stopped giving up. But this also lets you know who's testing your defenses and trying to sap your superstructure to do a full-on, break-in raid kind of thing. So we're going to leave this server now. We're going to go on to the next one. But yeah, it's a strategy, especially if you're playing in a small group, not necessarily a clan. But if you have like, you're just 2 or 3 people, and you don't want to like totally tip your hand as to the fact that you're going to be raiding someone, especially if they have higher tier materials. like tier 3 foundations and things. What you're going to do is, hold on a second, get to the favorites. Sorry. What you're going to do is you're going to just sit there. Mostly it's with arrows, and you're going to weaken their walls, and then you're going to take a notice to how much damage was done, and then come back in about a day and see if it gets repaired. And if it doesn't get repaired, then you know that these guys aren't logging on when you're not on. It's a way to strategize an attack. Basically, you sap the base, and then like, you know, if you come back on after a day and you notice that the repairs that we made, then okay, these guys are active, they're there all the time, and they're doing repairs. You don't want to break a foundation, because the moment you break a foundation, you show up in the logs. You don't want to aggro any of the NPCs, because you'll show up in the logs. So if you're planning to attack someone or counter-attack someone, try the sapping technique. Actually, you know, it's protracted and it's engaging, but you know, and eventually it does get it through. This one I'm in a clan, so I'm going to go ahead and check this one out. But yeah, it's just something I came up with on my own. I myself don't do it because I don't go raiding anybody unless they've already shown up in my logs repeatedly. And I know I don't count, you know, people breaking into my fish traps if I leave them out. If it's unprotected, like a fish trap, or you know, I have a crafting station outside my area, and someone keeps looting it, that's on me, because I need to, you know, secure my shit if I'm on an official PvP server. But if they're like breaking into walls, breaking through doors, killing thralls, yeah, after a certain time, well, sometimes even after a certain time, but eventually I do retaliate, and sometimes it just takes a while, and most times it just involves me waiting them out, because it'll happen, you know. In this kind of a game scenario, a lot of times you can outlast your opponents and win just by waiting them out, and eventually people do get bored. If they don't have any reaction back, they do actually eventually get bored in this game and wander off. I don't know why that happened. We're waiting for spawns. Uh-oh. Missing my follower, and we're missing some chests and stuff. Oh, here we go. It just took a while for it to respawn in. This is a pretty massive base. So, I know I don't worry about keeping a repair hammer with me in this one, because honestly, these guys are pretty active all the time. I have not played this server, namely because everywhere I go, it's just like this kind of lag. It's just crazy. So yeah, I'll check the player list and see who's on. Yeah, pretty much everybody. This is actually one of those rare servers where people actually get together and maintain a sort of community. We do have PvP matchups from time to time. There's been people who have deliberately built bases and staffed them with, you know, followers just so you can go in and attack them and stuff and have fun with that. So yeah, it's actually a very rare instance, but they do exist out there, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so the next one we're going to check on is 3822. Now this server I have played for 2 years. See, Conan Exiles came out in 2018 in May, so about a year and a half. I've been playing on this server for about a year and a half. I was part of a clan on this server, but we had some really serious griefers. They were not server wipers, they were not raiders, they were just straight up nuisance griefers. And eventually, a few of the members of the clan decided to go ahead and start their own private servers. And one guy went ahead and restarted his game on a different server that was pretty quiet for a while, but then, you know, whoever was the griefers on this 3822, they came back and just went crazy. So I've been kind of hanging out in this little dirt hut. As you can see, I've got my repair hammer. So just kind of gradually building up, not really taking an interest in too much. But I've been here for a while. There's some new guys. I've seen a lot of different groups come and go on this server. So we're going to check the last one, which was the first server that I actually built any kind of camp on, established server-wise. But you'll notice that my character level is really low, and that's because back then, when I would leave a server, because I felt that the more footprint you had spread across the game, the laggier you were. I'm naive, uninformed. Didn't matter. So this guy's level 37, but I have played on this server pretty much since PlayStation 4's launch back in May of 2018. I took a long break from it, a good 3-4 months break from it, but I had this character on this server for quite a while now, and I just figured, yeah, this is kind of neat. I have been raided a couple of times already on this server, and there is a lot of activity now, so that's kind of a good thing. Mostly, what it is that I bounce around from server to server because I'm trying to find. I really thought I'd be like totally destroyed loading into this because these guys were pretty active on the server. They raid a lot of people. I can't seem to get my character to move. There we go. That's better. Do I have my repair hammer with me? Yes, I do. Oh, look at all that rotten flesh. Dang it. And nobody's busting any holes. I don't have any crafters on this server, and I've only built up to the tier 1. I am slowly accumulating materials for tier 3. Not exactly sure where I want to build just yet because it's going to be. I have a couple of spots that I like to build in that are pretty consistently out of the way. Yep, there we go. Just kind of gradually accumulating materials. Let's see. There we go. Of course, it's dark, so I can't really see my stations. Doesn't look like anyone's looted my fish traps. Come on, get out of the water, buddy. I'm not gonna worry about that hide. Like I said, this is just checking in on the characters, making sure that things are where I left them, and making sure that the decay timers are in fact where they're supposed to be. So, all right. And that's pretty much it. So you guys know where I am now, and if you want to come out and play, I'm totally okay with setting up for a clan and stuff. The thing is that, as I've mentioned on so many occasions, clans of two or less people really don't want to build a base unless you've got the consistent hours to spend in maintaining a footprint of larger than, say, 100 or so, meters by 100 meters, which, by the way, one block is, I think, roughly about a meter. That looks about a meter, doesn't it? No, that's about 2 meters. So a 50 by 50 space, unless you've got at least 2 guys and they can cover that spot every evening for about, 2 to 3 hours an evening, you really shouldn't be building a base. You should be thinking about something small.